Well, great after morning. Hey, this is Dr. John L. Mack. I'm the one that makes the paper stack. And the image that you see on the screen right now, this morning I woke up and it just flooded my spirit. Shift formation. Everyone wants to do the shift. Everyone wants a transformation, but sometimes people don't want to do the effort required for the shift to happen. Shift, in my mindset, is self help information for transformation. And everyone wants transformation. We want to shift. So, where we are, we want to go to another level. Where we are, we want to just say, hey, it's important that we have an understanding of exactly what's going on and why it's going on and what we can do to stop it from going on the way that it's going on. Because ultimately, everything that we're doing has a way of expressing itself. And so, what we want to do is position ourselves so that we can move forward toward the goal or dream that we have. So, shift formation that just it just resonated with my spirit this morning. We're talking about transformation, we're talking about shifting, we're talking about pivoting. When you're up against a trouble, the poem says, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. Even dodging will not save you. See it through. It goes on and on. It's called see it through. But the bottom line is that you have to see through the process. You have to trust the process. You have to engage and implement the process. All week long, we've been talking about AI, author income. We call it abundant increase. We call it absolutely incredible. Yesterday, we talked about the author influencer and the author income. And I was all set this morning. I had a litany of AI phrases that I wanted to drop in your spirit so that you can understand the importance of why AI is something that ain't going away. I said it ain't going nowhere. And at the same time, that it's actually designed to give you your very best. We talk about shift formation. And I look at the reality of where my life is. 10 years ago, in this cyberspace, I was kind of lost. I was drowning. I was treading water, trying to figure out my way. Where do I fit in this crazy world? Well, what I eventually ended up doing was doing a deep dive into the technology so that I can understand how to properly present the technology to you so that you can get the ultimate results that you're looking for, the absolutely incredible results. Well, the last decade, I've devoted myself. I walked away from a six-figure high impact sales position, number one Mitsubishi salesperson in the world. I walked away from that and I took a massive cut in pay. They said, we're going to give you a pay raise, but I took a pay cut in order to go back and learn. Now, at some point, my ultimate aim was to get my doctorate degree and be Dr. John L. Mack, and the time and the resources required to do that, I just wasn't able to put it together. And so I saw other people that were climbing the ladder, they're getting their foot in the door, and I still was left on the outside. I was like, that's like so unfair. But often we are put in positions where we need to grow, and in order to grow, then we have to open ourselves to the possibility of shift. Shift happens. It's gonna happen. Change is inevitable. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. So what we have to do is find ourselves a methodology, or a way of implementing things in such a way that they benefit us. The key is oftentimes we don't even consider the shift. We just find ourselves going along with the program. We're not intentional. A couple of days ago, the AI acronym was ask intentionally. Be intentional about what you're asking for. Know what you want, why you want it, of being aware, acknowledged, and active. Do you want to activate your ask? Ooh, that's a whole topic all by itself. Activate your ask. So often we find ourselves putting a wish list. I wish I had this, and I want this, and I want that, and you frame it in the mindset of a need. Um, in my spirit, recently, the mindset came in. I live in the land of plenty. Needs, I don't have any. Need and lack and limitation is a mindset. When you begin setting your mind on expectations and belief of better, belief of something gooder, something greater, then that becomes the focus of your mind and your experience, and that begins to bring what you are focusing on into manifestation. Now that's another teaching that eventually I want to go ahead on and give to you. It was never my intention, excuse me, to come on and to begin explaining these concepts because for me it's simple and natural understanding. But I have to realize that for the last excuse me, for the last 10 years, I've been studying these concepts. I've been implementing these processes and procedures. So they're second nature to me right now. I had some popcorn, some of the dry popcorn. I got caught in my throat there, so I do apologize to you guys. So, moving forward, we're talking about shift formation. What is the shift formation that you need to see in your own life? And shift is something that really kind of causes most people to be a little intimidated and a little pushed, a little turned back. I mean, because it means going a different direction than you're going, taking a different course, charting a bold course differently than when you're going right now will cause a lot of a lot of things to occur. But it gives them anxiety because you realize that what you're doing is so different than what you've done in the past that that you're looking to get some peace. You're looking to get some clarity in your action. So why is shift formation so important? Number one, it helps you to break through those mental barriers. There's barriers that say, dadgummit, you're not good enough to write a book. You're not good enough to build a business. You're not good enough to get that promotion. You're not good enough for that relationship. You don't qualify for whatever it is that you're seeking. And so you want to break through that mental barrier. That's where the shift formation occurs. It's greater than transformation because shift formation allows you to be able to intentionally pivot into the next iteration of where you want to be at. And then you want to replace outdated habits with empowered ones. That's where shift formation becomes really, really crucial because you know what you want and you position yourself to be able to accomplish it. And then you want to create a sustainable income for success. So all of that occurs when you begin to operate and utilize that shift formation mindset. It goes from awareness to alignment. So you're aware of what you want. You're aware of where you are. You're aware of where you want to be. So the awareness is the first part of that shift formation that occurs internally. The second part is alignment. You have to align yourself for the assignment that you're seeking. Alignment means that you have to get in divine and perfect order. Alignment means that you are you're divinely positioned to accomplish and achieve the task that you set before yourself. Oh, that's pretty powerful. Most people are so far out of alignment. There's no congruency in their actions, in their mindset, in their focus. They're just getting along and going along so they can get along. But guys, that is being out of alignment. When your body's out of alignment, you have to go to I call it a ophthalmologist, but it's a chiropractor. So they want to realign the spine so that when the spine is aligned properly, now you can stand straight, tall. You can stand out and stand up and stand in because you're in correct and complete alignment. Being out of alignment means that you're wobbly, that you're going off course, that you're not headed toward the direction of your intention. So expectations are so important, and alignment allows that expectation to be actually implemented. And finally, is that action. That's the implementation that I was just speaking of. So we got awareness, alignment, and action. And when those three are congruent and working together, shift formation happens. I'm working on completing, and I mean, this is a task because I've got all these other new projects, and you might be one of them they're just demanding time. But I'm so excited and so invigorated by helping individual aspiring authors to get published successfully. That just excites me. I wake up in the morning thinking, wow, I get to help this person, and I get to help that person. I get to help these people to develop intellectual products and intellectual property that they can monetize and change their whole arena and their whole life and their whole environment. So that is where the action comes in. So awareness, alignment, and action. Now, so you know, I'm going to do a teaching on how to implement shift the shift mindset, the shift formation mindset. But let's break down shift from the standpoint of what I call it the self help information for transformation. Self help information for transformation. So we're going to spend the next few moments talking about that, and then I'm going to be off, and you'll have the rest of your day to do what you do. But hopefully, you're going to implement some shift formations in your life. So let's look at the first word is shift. I mean, self help. Self help. This is self help. We GPS and the Alta Plus University. We want to create and help you create a brand building book. Anybody can write a book. I always say that a blind dog with a note in his mouth can get a book published. But what type of book? And is it just something that's going to be of no social value? Is it going to be something is it just do you have a strategy, a purpose, a raison d'etre for your book? Or are you just going to write a book to say I wrote a book and I'm a published author? I had intentionality when I decided to write a book. I said, I want to write a book that's going to position me as an authority in the field and make me the go-to guy. Well, guess what? This ain't it. This is what was created. There you go. You can see it now. The luck factor, letting understanding control knowledge. And I always like to put this is the back of the book, the best part of the book of this book. And when you compare it to the size and the caliber of books that I do now, this is GPS I wrote several years ago, 2019. This I wrote 2009. So look at the difference 10 years makes. Look at the cover. Look at this is a hot mess right here, guys. Look how far each page starts from the top of the book. There's the page numbers are so small you can barely see them. It's just a hot mess. But this made me a published author. When I got this in the mail, I ran around my job screaming happy. I'm a published author. I didn't even realize that when it debuted, it was that it could have, should have, might have been a number one bestseller. I don't know because I didn't understand the metrics. I didn't understand the analytics and how to read the reports and everything. So when this debuted, it debuted at number one, and it stayed number one for over 3 years in that category. So I mean, and it wasn't that I was selling a whole bunch of them, but when you understand the algorithm, you're able to strategically place it. And then I chose a niche market that had very little, if any, marketing, any competition. So self help. We want to self help is because no one can change your life but you. Self help. Self help helps you to get into the self help, but you got to do the help. You have to implement the health aspect. So self help is the first part of that shift process. And then information. Oh boy, that can take a whole three or four different podcasts to get that understanding of what self-help really is all about. So self-help and then information. Let's talk about the content. Let's talk about the information that you're putting out there and how you're making it available. Is it in a digital format? Is it in an audio, video? Is it in a printed word format? How is your information being disseminated to your target market? So that information is important. Is the information accurate? Is the information well prepared? Has the information been scrutinized? Been edited? Is the information such that when you receive it, it transforms you? It causes you to get excited and invigorated. If you're not moved by the information, why do you think anybody else would be? And then the optimal aspect of that title is for transformation. Information, self-help, that's the type of information, but for transformation. Information is going to transform you, allow you like the butterfly to come out of your cocoon and be able to thrive and be alive and to do more than happen. So let's break down shift and let me break it down into an acronym before I get out of here because you know I'm the acronym, I'm the king of the acronym. So here's how we make shift happen. S, we see the possibilities. Get clear on what's holding you back. What's preventing you from achieving the dream, from hitting the target, from reaching the goal that you've set. So you have to see the possibilities. That's the S. Then the H means that you have to hone your mindset. You have to get your mindset so in tune, so aligned with your goal that and your target that they become synonymous. So they become one and the same. Then you have to invest in growth. The I in shift means invest in growth. You have to equip yourself with the tools and strategies for success. Tools like this, listening to information that's going to elevate your transformation. Tools like some of the AI tools, like Canva. If you don't understand Canva, and it's an AI tool, and they've implemented more AI features. But in the let me just tell you this: back in the day, about 10 years ago, one of my associates said, Dr. Mack, he says, you are a bad boy. Your information is there for transformation. It elevates. It is awesome. Your thought pattern is beyond compare. You have no peer, no equal. It sucks because of how you're presenting it. Your graphics are not great. They're cartoonish, and it diminishes the awesome impact and value of what you're saying of your words. And I took that to heart. So I got good at this quote creator. It was a very simple tool. I got pretty good at it. So much so that the company began using my designs to show potential future users how to use the program or what the extent of what using the program could mean for them. Well, from there I discovered Canva. Wow. So I became a Canva expert. I dived into Canva every day. I do multiple designs using Canva. Now, there's Photoshop and Adobe and all these incredible design tools, but for me, Canva is my go-to tool because I don't want to extend the capital the just the whole focus necessary to get through the learning curve of learning Adobe. Faster and powerful. My design team, they use Adobe. Me, I give them a Canva design and say, this is the concept, Adobe-tize it. So, but that's the key. I got so good at the other program that it was actually easy because I learned some of the skill sets and the necessary procedures from the other program that when I got into Canva, it was just second nature to me. So that was pretty powerful. And so the F stands for focus on action. Small steps lead to massive gains. Incrementally over time, you'll find yourself, wow. I'm looking now and just seeing I'm recording this in my home office. I'm doing all of the recording. I've got the whole thing. I sat down and said, "This is the visual. This is the image that I want to project to my community." So I've been working on my background. I want to showcase these are the authors. This one of the half of the 250 authors that I've helped to get published successfully. Now, several of them are anthologies, so they've got 10 or more in together. So I count them in that whole summation. Don't judge me, because finally the end result is transform. So S is see the possibilities. H is hone your mindset. I is invest in growth. F is focus on action, and T is transform your life, because it's almost like a ripple effect. You ever take a pebble and threw it into a body of water and it just kind of rippled back? Well, that's how the shift formation mindset, that's what it does for you. So this is Dr. John L. Mack, and I try not to go over 20 minutes because I know that the mind can only receive as much as the seat will endure. So I will be back again to bring you information for your transformation. This is Dr. John L. Mack, And it's been a plum pleasing pleasure to be able to present to you today. And hopefully, this information is going to cause the transformation